All right, one more video for tonight. I am currently having one little piece of red licorice, and I know a lot of people will tend to have stuff like that where they'll have just a tiny, tiny bit of food, particularly unhealthy stuff, and they'll say, well, it doesn't count, it's just a little bit, doesn't count. But it does count. So, the point of this video is everything counts. Everything has an effect on you. Some things count for more than others, like a freaking eating a whole combo at McDonald's would count for more than. All right, I almost finished it, but it wasn't long. This was like a 5-inch long thing, so it's probably like 50 calories, which I shouldn't be having on this diet, but I'm letting myself have one little piece and I'm doing a little body weight exercises so I can afford to have it, because that little piece of candy counts, and then 1 minute of body weight exercises, that also counts. So, there are two ways that this attitude that little stuff doesn't count can hurt you. One way it hurts you is if you do bad stuff and don't count it, which broadly this applies to all areas of life, but how it applies specifically to fitness is people will often have little bites of food, little snacks, just tiny bits of candy, and not even like count that towards their macro totals if they're counting macros, or otherwise if they're not counting calories or anything, they'll at least not take it into account when they tally up everything they ate that day. And all that little stuff adds up. I mean, for a lot of people, especially overweight people, that little stuff that doesn't count can add up to, hundreds of calories a day. For obese people, sometimes over 1,000. And that just wipes out any gains you might make. So you need to count all the little stuff. And then on the other side, this idea that little things don't count can stop you from doing, good things in small quantities, like the minute or two of, maybe 5 minutes, probably overdoing it, but the body weight exercises I'm doing to make sure that this little piece of red vine goes to my muscles and not my liver. Little positive things count too, and they also add up. And one of the most successful readers I've had, not a coaching client, but a reader who I was in touch with for a while, who lost a ton of weight, did so by adding up not a bunch of different little things, but one little thing done frequently, which was at work, every time she would get up and go to the bathroom, which was 5 times a day, she would do just a little bit of body weight exercises. She would do, I forget, some air squats and wall push-ups, which combined to 1 or 2 minutes each time she went to the bathroom. So 5 or 10 minutes a day. Doesn't seem like a lot, especially when you consider each individual incredibly short session, but it added up. She put on a little bit of muscle. She lost, 30 pounds of fat because she realized that everything counted. So the point of this video is not to tell you to obsess over every little thing and count every step you take and every bite of food you have. Although those can both be useful for very short-term exercises. The point is just to not lie to yourself that stuff doesn't count. Don't give yourself a free pass on doing little things you shouldn't do, and don't psych yourself out of doing, little good things that you really could be doing. Overall, you want to focus on the things that count more, the big things like having a healthy breakfast, not drinking sugared sodas. But just bear in mind, every decision you're going to make, remember that it does count, and just pause for 5 seconds and think, is this really what I want to do? Right before you're eating a red vine, think, do I really want to have this? This does count. Is it worth it? If you're thinking about going to the gym or not, ask yourself, This does count, even if I only work out for 10 minutes. Do I want to do it? And just that pausing and thinking for a few seconds before every decision and reminding yourself that whatever you do matters will automatically cause you to make much better decisions. So remember, just everything you do matters, everything you do counts, and the results you get will come from the accumulation of all of the decisions you make.